Wunderhorse is a crazy good rock band. They just came out with a new album, and man, it is so good. I used to listen to them like 4 years ago when they first released their first album. Maybe it was 3 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but it's been a long time since they released some new stuff, and man, it is so good. They are such a great rock band. So today, we're going to be making something in the style of Wunderhorse. But first, my name's Matt. I'm a producer. If you want to work with me, just click the link in the description below, and you can fill out a form. See if I'm the right fit for you. Anyway, let's get started. Today, we're in Ableton, and we're going to use Majority, Amplitude, and Superior Drummer. So the first thing we need to do for the Wunderhorse vibe is hop into Amplitude and get a nice, roomy, crunchy guitar sound, which I kind of have here. This is the setup. You can see if you want to. I'm not going to dive into it. Maybe I'll release some presets or something you can download. But I'll be using a Stratocaster. And I think I'm going to be on the 4th position. Actually, I think I'm going to be in the 5th position. I got a humbucker on here, as you can see. So that's, I guess, important. I'm going to stick to A minor. Something in the kind of theme of Midas by Wunderhorse. It's probably going to be something like that. It sounded like a and then on the chorus, we'll do something like, yeah, I think that's cool. It's similar to Midas, but I mean, we are making a Wunderhorse beat after all, so let's start. A little faster than that. Let's do 127. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we ended on an A major for some reason. I didn't really mean to, but it doesn't sound bad. So I mean, it's just the ending. It's one chord, so I think we'll just end it on that. Like some Auld Lang Syne type shit. I think it's cool. I'm still not really quite sure how I'm going to go about it because I don't want to fully double up because, like, Wunderhorse sounds like a live band. They pretty much are a live band. Like, I don't know how the recording sessions are or like the recording process is, but it sounds very, very live off the floor. So I don't want to have two identical setups with two identical guitars because that's just not realistic. But I do want to add a little bit of power in that chorus for the production. So I'm not even going to add, like, this isn't going to be technically like its own guitar. It's just going to be a layer. We'll consider it a layer. I'm not going to play anything but just doubling up on that chorus. Next, we have this guitar patch, which is the same sort of thing, just a little more drive, a little more echo, I believe, and then just a bit of reverb and stuff. Basically, and a little bit of high end too. Basically, we want something that's really driven, kind of spacey, delay, stuff like I can play like this chord too. Something like that, just like a nice little secondary guitar. So we'll play that on, I'm not sure, maybe just figure it out as I go. This has a bit too much high end in it, I find. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into the, right here actually, we're going to change this from a 421 to a ribbon. Yeah. Now, importantly, I have a room in here. This room is pretty important. There, now that guitar pops out a little more, we can ease it back in. Yeah, and then instead of this part, maybe we'll switch it up a little bit, and we'll just do like a melody for this first part. And then I think maybe for this last chorus, we kind of build it in a little bit with some mutes. Like that, nice and full, nice and full. This is peaking out a little bit. Let's see what we can do just to make it a little less harsh before we jump into EQ and resonance and all that stupid shit. Stupid shit, as if it's not like the most important stuff. Yeah, let's change this instead to a tube mic. I think that's nicer, nice and crunchy. By the way, I'm sending to a Sound City Studios room. It's set to the live guitar live 4x12, which is just causing it like, it adds a nice kind of, I mean, it just feels like every guitar is in that one room. So I think that's pretty good for what we need right now. I'm going to turn down these reverbs too, because they're kind of getting a little blendy. But yeah, this should sound pretty good. I'm going to keep this in the middle. Yeah. There, now there's a nice separation between those instruments, which I think is pretty important for a live off the floor sort of thing. Because there's really only like, I'm not sure, I think there's two guitarists, one bassist, so there's four of them. So there's probably two guitars, a bass, and a vocals, which is what we got, sort of. We got three guitars, but this isn't technically a real guitar. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Let's go into the drums. For the drums, I have a bed decapitator on it, just to kind of, I wanted that break up while I'm playing, just for a bit of vibe, because a huge part of these songs is all performance, right? So if you can get it sounding how you kind of want it while you're performing, you'll kind of lean into it a little more and perform a little better. So we got this Gospel EZX drum set. Let's just play around, see what we can do. All right, now let's quantize, because there is some timing issues, as you can see here. Let's put that 1176 on there. And then we just adjust the headroom. All right. Maybe instead of the blue head, we do a black. All right, let's get that space in there. We want some Sound City Studios on there. We're just going to put it on the drum mode and switch it to reverb. And they're pretty big sounding drums. So let's add a secondary room mic, go with the C12, and we'll just line everything up here. Yeah, let's get this tone in before we mess with the dry wet. Cool. That's probably pretty good. Let's mess with that dry wet now. A little too much, a little too much. Want a little bit of high end in there too. let's get that kick as well. That kick has got to be much more hearable. There it is. We'll just duplicate that, and let's cut the highs on here. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's better. I mean, everything's drenched in tape, so we can probably do that in a bit. Let's just work on this bass now. Now, instead of contact, we're actually going to use Moto Bass, because Moto Bass, I don't know, I just kind of like it a little better. Studio Bass, let's just use Studio Bass for now. And then we'll go into the studio, and we're going to turn off this amp. There we go, and these pedals, those pedals are fine. Because we have an amp over here, an amplitube, which looks like this. So I think we're fine here. Let's just play. All right, now as for processing, honestly, it sounds pretty good. Let's just group these guitars. I want to add kind of everyone's own saturation. I guess I don't need to group these. So let's focus on these guitars here. All right, cool. Let's go into this EQ here. We're going to hop into Pro Q just in case we need to do any resonance stuff. I don't think we do, though. One thing we can do is get the high end kind of peaking in different sections. So for this one, let's say, let's go in here. I think I'd rather have the high end kind of poke out around here, which I think is nice. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need that. We're just doubling up. Then we'll take this, we'll go to the next guitar, and kind of cut out where we boosted before. So this, and then we'll boost somewhere else. So something like that. There is still a little bit too much high end in here. I'm just gonna switch the mic out, or probably just move the mic, honestly. Just move it a little more off axis here. That helps it. For this one, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, because that's adding a lot of high end already. Ooh. I think that's a little better. Yeah. Now for our saturation here, let's just stick to a tape machine. Tell you what, let's go to the Studer. Actually, no, we'll go to the Oxide. The Oxide's nice. For this, I think I'm going to do 7.5 IPS or maybe 15, but not 30. Same thing on the drums. This is probably going to go 15. All right, let's just keep it all 15 then. And then lastly, we're going to throw on the machine head. The machine head is awesome. Actually, before that, we'll do some Pro MB, but for now, let's just get this machine head dialed in. I love the ultimate setting. I typically add a little bit of drive, a little bit of high end. Low frequencies could be added for this a little bit, and then we have to gain match it. And now, everything's falling apart. All right, now I just want to quickly hop into these drums and check out the panning a little bit. I don't think I want that much width in our overheads. I want a little bit less. Let's keep it 65 and 65, maybe. 65 and 66, sure. And actually, I think it'd be nice to do just a tiny bit of spring reverb on the guitar sub. All right, and that's it. I think we're done. Pretty simple. Sure, there's a couple things you could do to make it more Wunderhorsey, but I guess we're not trying to exactly replicate it. Just trying to do like an interpretation of what they might make or their process or whatever. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's just play through the beat and yeah. And that's it. That's the beat. Eventually we're going to start adding vocals, stuff like this when the studio's built outside, but it's not, so no vocals as of right now. I still think that ending note is hilarious. Definitely wouldn't put that in an actual song, but it's quirky, so it's cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope there's something. If you want to work on something, reach out, like I said in the beginning. Anyway, goodbye.